Yo, what up, world? 502 King Paul coming to y'all with another video, man. I was thinking of ideas for videos, man, and a lot of my ideas from videos either come from, well, for one, it has to be, I can't say either. It has to be something that God put on my heart, on my spirit, man. It got to be something that, in my soul, I feel that I'm supposed to be speaking on. Something that's truly going to help out people. Something that's truly going to help inspire people, motivate people in this journey of life. And I know one topic that a lot of people want to hear about, man, is addiction. So I'm thinking about, and specifically, not just all addiction. We talk about all addictions, but specifically with weed. And I came up with an idea for a video. So I want to play a game of sorts with y'all, man. Kind of a game. And it's called, it's time to stop smoking when. It's time to stop smoking when. So I'm going to go through a list in no particular order of times, things that come up in life, situations that come up in life where okay, it's time to stop smoking. It's time to stop smoking weed. And I want y'all to participate in this. Go down in the comment section underneath this video and tell me what sometimes, even if it's something from your life, somebody else's life that what sometimes it's time to stop smoking weed. All right, so here we go. Number one, leaving from the gym. As y'all know, I've made a major physical transformation since I stopped smoking weed. I put on a lot of weight. I was very skinny. I wasn't technically underweight by the standards, the BMI standards. I was still within a regular weight, but for me personally, man, it just looked horrible on me. So I was a lot thinner than what I wanted to be. But it's time to stop smoking weed when you are just getting too little. Like your body is just getting unhealthy looking, man. And I see a lot of people like this. It ain't just guys, it's women too. I've seen a lot of women to where, they just look completely just smoked out. And don't think I'm bashing anybody inside this video, because I'm going through things that I've been through. These are things that I've been through, you know what I'm saying? So don't feel like I'm bashing you or nothing like that, but hopefully this video inspires you, man. It's time to stop smoking when you start getting just too little. I mean, it was people in my life that thought that I was on real hardcore drugs. They thought I was on something. They asking, all right, man, everything all right with you? You doing all right, man? You ain't looking like yourself. You need to put on some weight. I was hearing it from family members, friends, all kind of stuff, man. So I definitely think that is a key indicator that you need to stop smoking. Now, if you're a big person and you start losing weight, it might not be as bad for you. But trust me, when you don't lose weight in a healthy way, when you just dropping weight because of some type of habit that you have, not necessarily a good habit, it's not going to look the same. It don't look the same losing a ton of weight from smoking weed as it does losing a ton of weight from going to the gym, working out. You just get sloppy. You just be skinny and sloppy looking. You know what I'm saying? Just keep it in 100 with you. But next thing, and I'm trying not to do these in numbers, because I don't have a particular number that I'm going through. I'm just going off the top of my head, man. It's time to stop smoking when you start to spend money on weed that you don't have to spend. Speaking from my personal experience, I'm about to start moving here, y'all, but speaking from my personal experience, there were times when I was smoking weed, man, I found myself really trying to ration out my money. I have $20 left, and I'm gonna figure out how I can get a $5 meal from fast food, horrible. How I can take another, few dollars, get some Rellos, because I smoke out of cigars, and then smoking Black and Mounts. Give me a Black and Mount, give me some gas, maybe $10 worth of gas, and and that's really stretching it, man. That's really stretching it. Not even $10 worth of gas. I might just put 5 in there just to get me, on to the next day or something, man. Or when you find yourself at a pawn shop, I've been there before too, because you don't blow your money so much on weed. Now you start pawning up, you start looking around the house, well, man, what can I sell? What can I sell? And there's nothing wrong with that if you're just doing it just to get some extra money. But when you pawning stuff to go out and buy some drugs, any kind of drug, and I don't care what you say, weed's a drug just like any other drug, man. If you find yourself in a situation where you're going out buying or selling your items, so then that way you can buy some kind of drugs, man, it's time for you to stop. It's time to stop. I just want to say that. I want to say that because somebody needs to hear it, man. And once again, I'm not judging you. I've been there before. I've been there. Next one, man. You know it's time to stop smoking weed when you can't remember what you was about to say. And not only that you can't remember, and I know anybody who smokes weed for any length of time, man, especially once you've been smoking for a minute. Because I get some people who new smokers, they just started smoking over the past year or 2 years, and they try to, man, I don't have these, I don't have those kind of problems. Man, you ain't been smoking that long enough. You haven't been smoking that long. So how do you know what long-term effects you're going to have? Just because you smoke every now and then for a year, then you ramped it up a little bit in the second year. You're talking to somebody who, man, I smoked for over a decade. So I've seen all the effects, the good ones at the beginning and the horrible ones that come at the end of it, man. So when you are forgetting mid-sentence, like you in the middle of a sentence you're saying something, and then something might have happened real quick, somebody said something, and you completely forget what it was you was about to say. Like normally you would be able to, like, it'll come back to you later. If you smoke weed like heavy, you'll forget and just won't even remember at all. Or maybe it'll pop up, days later or something like that, man. But it's really embarrassing when you're having a conversation with somebody and then you start saying something and just the smallest thing happens. I can see if they interrupt you and they start talking about something completely different, I can see how you could forget that. But for them to bring up something small, or for something in your surroundings to happen real quick and it just throws you completely off and you can't think for the life of you what you was about to say, man, it's time to stop. And I've been there, man. I truly have. Also, man, it's time to stop smoking when you're not, because we talked about the weight, but your actual physical appearance, man. Like, I looked at my face in, some of those older videos when I was just smoking heavy. My face all caved in, skin don't even look the same, man. My whole appearance was totally different. And like I said, this goes for both genders, male and female, man. You smoking all the time, and it starts to take a toll. Your lips getting black. I'm still haven't really recovered from that, man. My lips are a little bit, darker. They always been a little dark, though, so I can't really say that. I never had pink lips. But, it's not a good look, man. Like, people know, even if you don't come around them high, you don't, smell like weed, whatever, people still can tell. Like, I can look at somebody and be like, yeah, like, they a pothead. Like, they smoke way too much. Another thing, man, it's time to stop smoking when you start losing healthy relationships in your life. And it could be a spouse, it could be a friend, it could be a coworker, teacher, whatever, man. Somebody, just when you start losing healthy relationships in your life. Now, I'm not talking about those toxic relationships and no matter if you were sober or not, they just weren't good relationships to have. But I'm talking about, like, people no longer want to be around you because all you want to do is sit there and get high. All you want to do is sit there and get high. And I've been there before, and sometimes, it could be them moving themselves away from you, or it can be you moving yourself away from them because you're like, damn, if I get around them and they don't smoke and they don't like that I smoke, then I can't do what I love to do all day, every day around them. I'm just going to separate myself. So a lot of times we'll cut ourselves off from other people as well. So when you start losing these relationships, man, and life is all about relationships. It's all about, the interactions that we have with people, how you treat people. That's why I love this channel, man. Being able to encourage, like, I've met some of y'all. I met some of my, some viewers, people who watch this channel. I've met y'all. I've met some really good people who watch my channel, like right here in my city. But then there's other people who I will probably never meet, but I'm still able to interact with them. I'm still able to impact their life in a positive way. That's what I love about this channel, man. I love it. But and it's also a village, man. I love how y'all encourage each other. Nothing makes me happier than when I see y'all leave a comment and then I see a bunch of other people come and giving positive energy, giving love, just giving support to each other, man. I love it. That's what keeps me going, keeps me doing this thing, man. It ain't about money to me. I've literally never, I make money off the channel. I've never touched any money. That money just keeps sitting there. I have not touched any money that I've made off of YouTube. I don't know when I will. I'm just leaving it there. And when I do touch it, I plan on getting like some equipment or something that'll help improve or boost the channel, you know what I'm saying, just pour it back in, no different than I would do with, you know, any business or something, you know, just to take that money and then reinvest it into the channel, or reinvest it into the people who watch this channel, you know what I'm saying, so I can help them out. If I see, you know, maybe I do a giveaway, something like that, you know, when it gets to that point. Next thing, man, that I would say, and like I said, I'm just coming off the top of my head, y'all. It's no order, no nothing, man. When you start getting extremely paranoid, you know it's time to stop smoking. I mean, I'm talking paranoid. Y'all, if y'all seen that video before that I put out, I started seeing stuff, man. Like, no joke. It started off, you know, me just getting paranoid that people knew that I was high. Then, you know, it started getting to the point where I'm sitting inside of my house and I've just got a feeling somebody's gonna kick in the door. And I'm sitting on the couch with my firearm just waiting. And I'm like, man, somebody could come in any moment, blah, blah, like paranoid. It was getting bad, y'all. Like, it was getting really bad. And then at the end of my run, when I had decided, okay, I need to really stop, was when I started seeing like figures and shadows and stuff like that inside of my house, man. That stuff ain't cool. Like, in my family, the thing about my family, man, we got people inside of my family that, for real, I mean, I'm like, no joke, I don't know how many of y'all believe in this kind of stuff, but like, they can see things, man. We got people in our family that can really see things. And when I say see things, like see spirits and stuff like that. And I think if your mind, like if you on that level spiritually, like you can see it, you know, and it won't scare you or whatever. I don't think any of them are scared or nothing like that. But even when I was younger, I used to see certain things. And then I noticed when I started like really getting heavy into smoking weed, because sometimes I feel like I'm closer to God. Sometimes I feel like I just get, you know, I would listen to gospel music, or I start watching church and all this different stuff, man. I really felt like I was getting closer. But then on the other hand, it's like once you open that door, you can't control what it is that you're running across. So I would start seeing shapes and figures and things that I knew to be spirits around me, and I hated that, man, because I've always blocked that out. I never wanted to be able to see, you know, spirits and all that stuff. I'm just not that kind of person. Let me just, you know, I will acknowledge that they exist, but I don't want to, you know, be able to see things like that, man. So that's a major one, the one that like really pushed me towards, okay, I need to stop doing this, man. Like, I need to stop doing this. I would say lastly, because I don't want this to go on too long, the last thing I would say, man, is when you have your loved ones encouraging you, hey man, you need to stop. Like, we see what's going on, and when you have people who really love you or really care about you, they are not going to sugarcoat things. They're not going to sugarcoat. They may act like they don't know for a while, but when it gets to the point where they're like, hey man, like, you need to stop running around with that dude. You need to stop doing it. Stop hanging out there. Stop smoking so much. Stop drinking so much. When it gets to that point, man, people who love you, they truly have your best interest in mind. So that's another reason, man, another time that you know it's time to stop smoking. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. If you like anything about it, take a moment, go down below, like the video, leave me a thumbs up, man. Comment, let me know when is the time, because I know I left some stuff off the list. All this is coming off the top of my head. It's not you know, like I had any of this planned whatsoever. This is just coming from me, from my heart, from my experiences, man. I just wanted to share it out. But if it's a time where, you know, like say if you have stopped smoking weed, when did you know it was time to stop? And even if you still smoking weed, you know, what sometimes it done happened in your life where you're like, okay, maybe I need to stop. Maybe I need to stop. Oh, I got a bonus one real quick, y'all. I'm so sorry. Bonus one. Hey, you know it's time to stop when you start getting in trouble with the law, man. Because it done happened to me too. You know it's time to stop when you start getting in trouble with that law. When you start getting jail stuff, and you're going to court and all that, man, that is no fun whatsoever. And that's really, man, you don't want to play with your freedom. You know, as bad as life may be out here, last thing you want to do is play with your freedom, because at least you're free. Even if you broke, you're free. You know, you can't put a price on freedom. I love y'all, truly do, man. Hope this video blesses y'all. Subscribe to the channel if you have not already. Till next time, 502 King Paul. I'm out of here, man.